Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports That back into the video today. And today, 5-year veteran running back Damien Harris has called it a career. It's so tough to see a guy like this, Damien Harris, someone who, he wasn't elite. He wasn't a guy who, wasn't a, he did have one season with New England where he looked really good. And I'm going to talk about that season with New England in 2021. But he isn't someone like, oh, man, he's, his loss for the Bills is going to be so terrible, and what are they going to do without him? But, he is looking at his career and what he could have potentially had, and, I don't know how much longer he would have played if the neck injury we saw against the New York Giants on Sunday Night Football and what week 6 that was didn't happen, if how long he would have lasted in the league. Because running backs, running backs do not last that long. I mean, what is it, their age around 30 to 35, 33, 34, you see running backs retire. So running backs usually have around, 6 to 8 seasons in the league, if not less. And those that's not even counting how many good years running backs have. But I think at such a young age for Damien Harris, it's tough to see, career ending because of injury. That's why his career is ending, because of a terrible neck injury that, happened to this guy in week 6 of the season against the New York Giants, where his neck basically snapped back. I mean, it was bad. He got carted off. It was really bad. It really was. And so I think I'm glad he's healthy, and there are players that deal with so many injuries and they come back, and then the injuries just get worse for themselves. So I'm glad he's just he's calling it a career, and he's not going to go back out there and risk damaging his neck or any of other potential injuries, making potentially hurting his body even more. But Damien Harris, he wasn't doing that great with the Bills. He didn't have 100 rushing yards in 6 games before he got injured. But although James Cook is their guy, I mean, you're not going to see Damien Harris getting the ball in Buffalo, but he was good in New England. He had 462 rushing yards the season before he left New England to go to Buffalo in 2022 with 3 touchdowns. Now the famous season, I think it was 921 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns with New England in 2021 in only 15 games. I know Mac Jones was really good on that team. That defense was really good. So many good pieces. But Damien Harris was a really big reason on why that New England Patriots team in 2021, where we saw them go, 10-7 or 11-6, whatever they went, and they were the 6th seed in the AFC and made it into the playoffs. Or maybe they were the 5 seed in the AFC. I'm not sure. But we saw them go into the playoffs. I know they got crushed by his latest team, the Buffalo Bills, in that playoff game against Buffalo. But it is hard to play Buffalo at home in the playoffs. But he was great for New England in that 2021 season and a big part of their success. So wishing Damien Harris, I'm gonna say, a happy and healthy retirement. But let me know your thoughts on Damien Harris calling it a career after 5 seasons, where in his last season of his career really didn't play that much at all. Let me know your thoughts on the retirement in the comment section, and peace out.